Hi, today I wanted to talk about reclaiming self-worth in relationships. I will present a summary of my latest session with a client who shared that her relationship felt controlling and dominating. She felt like she was self-sacrificing in order to feel a sense of belonging. That self-betrayal has roots in early childhood, where she received the messages that her needs didn't matter as much as her brothers. So her mom was prioritizing her brother's needs. That had significant impact on her self-worth. The subconscious beliefs that we identified was I don't matter, my needs don't matter, others' needs are more important than mine. If I take care of my needs, I will lose connection with others, I will lose sense of belonging, I will lose their love, and I will push people away if I express my needs. So these beliefs show a deep fear of rejection and abandonment. Understanding where the programming began is very important, because when we realize that it served us in some way, in childhood especially, because it protected us, provided connection, and protected us from conflict. At the same time, now in adulthood, it severely limits us because we don't express our needs. We feel unloved and uncared for. We stay in relationships where people can take advantage of us. They overtake. They don't treat us equally, and so this pattern can keep going even if we decide that we don't want to be in a relationship that's unloving, because we deep down believe that we don't matter and our needs don't matter. We will attract similar relationships. So reprogramming is important, but before reprogramming can take place, for my client, there was a lot of sadness and grief and hurt underneath the way she was experiencing her current relationship. She didn't realize that was linked with her childhood, and when we explored what her inner child still needed to hear was, when she finally gave that to herself, the love that she needed to experience. She gave the love to herself, the appreciation that she needed to feel from her mom. She gave it to herself. And so we can see that the hurt was still lingering from childhood. And it was safer for her to decide, because it was a decision, intuitive decision, that it's safer for her to decide that she doesn't matter, her needs don't matter, instead of feeling the pain of not being loved as much, not as her brother, for example. So already there was fear of rejection by her mother. So blaming herself in some way, attacking herself, was safer than losing the love of her mother, love and connection. So together we explored some more positive truths after we've felt everything that needed to be felt, the grief, the sadness, the disappointment, the hurt. And when we welcome those emotions, then there's an opening for integrating new beliefs. And the new beliefs, in this case, I matter, my needs matter, I deserve care and love, it is safe to ask for what I need, I will not abandon myself again, and my worth does not depend on others' approval. And so that those new beliefs, when they just remain affirmation in the upper body level in the mind and not integrated, not embodied, then they won't be fully effective. So when I asked her how did it resonate in the body when we said those beliefs, she felt discomfort. The ego mind is uncomfortable with change. It wants to protect, right? So it's safer to believe in limitation than, because the mind hasn't quite trusted the messages yet. And so fear says, if I care for myself, I will be alone. But the truth is the opposite, right? If I care for my needs, others will reflect the love I have for myself. So the important part here is to give ourselves everything we need. Okay, if we need others to approve of us, we need to approve of ourselves first. If we need others to respect our needs, we need to respect our needs first and connect with ourselves first. And so her healing journey is about the connection with herself first and foremost. It's about remembering that love and connection begins within, and that she no longer needs to sacrifice herself to receive love, because she can give it to herself first. That as she gives herself the attention, care, and appreciation, then the world will mirror that back, all that love back to her. This is a powerful practice. It's an inner child practice where, initially we connect with the inner child that experience some form of rejection or other forms of lack of love from the parent or caregiver. And we connect with that inner child emotionally and visually, physically, as well, as if we are the parent of that child, the most loving, present, aware parent. And so few suggestions I gave for practice. The practice suggestions was a mirror work, where we look in the mirror and we put hand on our heart and we look into our eyes and we feel into our body and we go, I really, really love you. I appreciate you. I will never abandon you again. And you really feel the love, feel the appreciation in your heart center for yourself flowing into your body. And it may feel uncomfortable, but with practice, it will become easier, more natural, and you'll see that your life will start shifting. Because the outside just mirrors the self-love you have. You know how much you appreciate yourself, how much you feel you deserve the good. So mirror work, number one. The other one is boundary practice, where we honor as starting with small preferences, and we say to the person that we are in a relationship with, I prefer not to do this, I prefer to do that. And this is a small way of our nervous system to learn to feel safe in expressing our needs, gradually. This way we also teach others to respect and consider us. I wanted to go back to mirror work. Mirror work helps us connect with ourselves as well. It builds trust and connection with self, which is important, because we forget about the relationship we have with ourselves, which is the most foundational, the most important relationship we can have, and everything else reflects that. So mirror work, boundary practice, and the third one is the reflection, that we give ourselves everything, that the healing journey is about remembering that love and connection begins within, that she no longer needs to sacrifice herself to be loved, as she gives herself the attention and love and care. Let me see. There are some journaling prompts, so I'm gonna read them to you. Where do I still? So I'd love you to reflect on those yourself if you find yourself in a similar situation. Where do you still sacrifice, silence your needs in order to keep peace or avoid conflict, which is the same thing, right? The other journaling prompt number 2 is, what would it look like if I honored one small preference or need of my own? Number 3, what messages did I receive as a child about asking for what I want? What messages did I receive as a child? You know, for me, I remember needing to be very little. My voice changed when I wanted to ask for something. I had so much fear. Like, I fear the same of rejection, fear of disappointment, I think was the biggest one for me. What do I need to tell my inner child to help her feel safe and valued now? And that question is very important to ask often. What is it that my inner child needs right now, especially when we triggered? Okay, it needs space, and then the parent, we can step into our parent role for our inner child and give that inner child space from the situation. Say, I need a break, I need to have time out, or I need understanding, and then I give the understanding to the inner child, okay, if it needs to be heard. How can I show myself that I matter this week? And some affirmation for daily practice. I am safe to be myself. And see how it feels in your body. Is it true? Does it feel true, false, or neutral? If it feels false, then ask. Listen to the message. Why does it feel false? No, I am not safe to be myself because I'll be judged. Okay, and then fear of judgment arises. And we need to look at that and unpack that a little bit more. My needs are valid and important. Another affirmation, I honor my feelings and listen to them with care. I think that is the most important one. Listening to feelings with care, not rejecting them, not judging them, not dismissing them, but just really opening up to them. This is where the healing lies. Because feelings have messages. And the thoughts that we think also are important, because they reveal what's underneath, what's unconscious. So we welcome everything. And without identifying with it, it's the most important part. There's an energy of sadness here. There's an energy of fear arising. Because if I say I am scared, straight away I'm identified. But there is an energy of fear in the, vibrating. I love and respect myself deeply. And I'm learning to belong to myself first. Okay. It's safe to care for myself first and prioritize my needs. Remember, you can't take care of anyone else. And the love that depends on you sacrificing your needs is not a true love or true connection. But important, what I wanted to say, that the relationships we have are just reflections of the energies we hold within us, right? So when we shift, when the energies within us shift, the relationships will also shift in one way or another. So they will change for the better or they will fall away. Okay? But I wouldn't go, like lots of people don't heal themselves and they project out and they blame the other person for abandoning them when they never really honored themselves to begin with. And so what will happen is if they leave that relationship, they will meet someone else who will, you know, act in similar ways. So we will perpetuate the cycle. That's why the healing is so important. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. If you resonated with what I shared today, to explore more, and if you are ready to go deeper and transform your triggers that keep you stuck, the root of your triggers, not the triggers, but the root of the triggers that keep you stuck. If you're ready to invest in yourself, then I am available. We can work with your inner child, we can reprogram unconscious beliefs, we can elevate your life. And my offers, I have only three. One is 30 minutes introduction call where we meet and see if we are the right fit, and we explore your intention for healing. Second part that I offer is 1-to-1 emotional integration sessions in which we address one trigger. One trigger can heal a lot already, but it's not a deep transformation. Deep transformation requires, because one trigger definitely shows lots of unconscious thoughts and patterns as well. And deep transformation that I offer is 4 sessions. Those who are ready to commit to lasting change. And all the details are in the description below. I thank you for being here. Remember, you matter, your voice matters, your needs matter. Honor yourself, invest in yourself, heal the mind, and you will be free. Keep choosing you. Thank you for listening. Peace. Bye.